Hello, everyone. This is Rick, and welcome to Astral Club. This is Interview with the Men in Black. Before we get into it, just want to mention a few things. First up, Patreon. If you'd like to support this channel on Patreon, you can certainly do so. When you join, you get access to a chat function, so you can speak with everyone, a direct message to me, and advanced episodes on Sunday. And if that sounds interesting, just go down to the description and click on the link. Next up is astral projection lessons. I've had lessons now with folks all over the world, and we've had some really good success. If you're interested in learning how to astral project, all you have to do is just send me an email and ask for more information. And that email is in the description. Lastly, spiritual counseling. If you've had some experiences that you just don't know how to interpret and you really don't want to talk to your friends and family because they just wouldn't understand, just send me a request for some information on spiritual counseling. We'll go from there. Okay, let's get into it. This one, I think this is an interesting one. Okay, interview with the Men in Black. Now, note, I only show respect to entities who I feel are worthy of it. Keep that in mind. Okay, I was halfway out of my body when I felt a strong force beginning to pull me through my ceiling. The atmosphere around me suddenly thickened like wet concrete. I lost consciousness. When I awoke, I was in a dark room with no windows. I was seated in a stainless steel chair with two agents seated across from me on this steel table. I felt like I was deep underground. The two figures wore the typical black suits, white shirts, black ties, black hats, and those 1950s dark sunglasses. It was a whole cliche package. I mean, you've seen the pictures before yourself, and if you've seen any of the Will Smith movies, you have an idea as to how they looked. However, their faces were too smooth, waxy looking, like mannequins that had been, staring too long at fluorescent light bulbs. Mr. Richard, one of them said, his voice calm but clipped, like he was reading from a script. It's Rick, I corrected, folding my astral arms. If you're going to kidnap my astral body, at least get the name right. Mr. Rick, the taller one said in a voice like gravel. Be aware this meeting is confidential. I smirked. Don't worry, I definitely won't put this up on social media. There was a long moment of silence. Together, they said, we are aware of your social media presence. You walk a very narrow line. Unfortunately, I'm a compulsive line overstepper. And don't call me Mr. Rick. Just Rick is fine. And if you brought me here to recruit me into some secret club, I want a coat, preferably leather. Remember that nice long black one that Keanu Reeves had in The Matrix? And I need those cool shades too. You can keep the hat. The shorter one, who looked like he'd been carved out of ice cubes and bad intentions, tilted his head. We do not issue coats. Shame, I said. So why the kidnapping and the clandestine meeting? The taller one leaned forward and folded his hands. We are here to clarify certain misconceptions about our role in human affairs. It is hoped that by sharing this highly sensitive information with you, you'll be more cautious with what you post online in the future. No promises, I replied. So what the hell are you really? And what do you do besides scaring folks half to death at their front doors? They just stared blankly at me. The short one finally spoke again. We are custodians. Custodians? I repeated, nodding. Like janitors? You're not dressed for it. What do you do? Mop up after messy humans who poke around in places they shouldn't? The taller one leaned forward, and for the first time I caught a flicker beneath his human mask. There was something sharp and insectile in his movements, like a praying mantis, but with less personality. We ensure balance. Curiosity has its place, but curiosity without restraint leads to collapse. Right, I said. And you two are what? Cosmic babysitters? Precisely, said the short one. No sarcasm, no irony, just a cold, flat certainty. Rick, the tall one, said, and for a second my name sounded less like a word and more like a classification. You travel where few dare. The other one tilted his head, almost bird-like. As we indicated, we wish to clarify matters. You have questions. Actually, you guys have been dodging questions for about 70 years. I'd call it overdue. Tell me more about your mission on Earth. The first one blinked once. We are intermediaries, constructed intelligences designed to manage contact. Constructed? I repeated. So, not human. No, the second replied, lips barely moving, but not alien in the way you assume. We are manufactured thought forms, stabilized in physical matrices. Okay, I need more origin story time. I pressed exactly what are you? And I said something a little different than exactly what are you, but this is a family channel. Why are you here on Earth? The first man adjusted his tie, though it didn't need adjusting. We were engineered jointly. Non terrestrial intelligences required a presence here, but Earth governance structures demanded plausible deniability. We are that compromise. I couldn't help but grin. All right then. What exactly are you supposed to be doing besides creeping out farmers and confiscating blurry photos of UFOs? The second one's waxy face stretched into what might have been a smile, but I wasn't sure. Containment of destabilizing information. Guidance of emergent awareness. Protection of the threshold between the ordinary and the extraordinary. So what? Hush the public and babysit the government? Sounds exhausting. Neither answered, but the air thickened again. And your relationship with Earth governments, I asked. The first man's tone grew precise, every word razor cut. They tolerate what they do not understand. We provide selective knowledge, enforce silence, and ensure stability. Governments serve as interface points, but we are not their agents. They are ours. That gave me pause. You're telling me the governments aren't pulling your strings, but you're pulling theirs? Correct. They both answered at the same time. So I guess it doesn't really matter whether we vote for Kang or Kodos, does it? They didn't find my reference to Simpson's Treehouse of Horror reference funny. Silence stretched between us, heavy as lead as I mulled over this shocking revelation. Finally, I asked, so why talk to me? I'm just an astral traveler with a small but high-quality YouTube following. The second one leaned forward, taking off his sunglasses. His eyes, if you can call them eyes, were voids that tugged at me. Because you already are outside the system, and what exists outside must sometimes be acknowledged. The first one piped up and added, "We're well aware of Astralplaneclub as well." That remark hit a little close to home, and I couldn't help but feel a little uncomfortable, but I didn't want to show it to him. I needed a minute to recover from that shocking statement. I'll tell everyone you said hi. You may do as you like for the moment, but remember you are being monitored and our patience is limited. With that last pronouncement, they vanished. I lost consciousness once again. When I returned to my body, that last eerie pronouncement was still ringing in my astral ears. If you liked that, if you learned something, please hit the like button, share it with those of like minds, subscribe if you haven't already, and please, questions, comments. Is there anything you would have asked them given that weird circumstance of being abducted in the middle of the night? And did anything surprise you? I know there was a couple things that surprised me. But at any rate, this is Rick, and I will see you on the astral plane.